Hi, James Towell, market analyst with your Monday market wrap up. And as we mentioned at the midday update, it was the start of a new month and we saw a new record high for the ASX 200 today. The index hit a new peak of 7,506. It did fade in the afternoon hours of the session, but still managed to close about 100 points higher, or 1.3%. to 7,491, also a new record closing high. So improvements today across the board, every single sector in positive territory. By far the best was technology, and of course much of today's market news flow and market talk was on Afterpay's proposed acquisition by US company Square. That of course was co-founded by Twitter's Jack Dorsey. A $39 billion offer, Aussie dollars, $29 billion US dollar offer for Afterpay to be taken over by Square. So at one stage you saw Afterpay shares surging as much as 29%, finished with a 19% advance, and certainly the biggest mover on the ASX 200 today. It also managed to then lift other buy now pay later providers, the likes of Zipco, up around 9%. We also had some more merger news coming through today, and this was in the energy space. So Oil Search and Santos, their merger appears to be back on. There was a previous offer provided by Santos, but that was rejected by Oil Search management. They've come back with a new and improved offer, and that certainly seems to be much more appreciated. So what we'll likely see, this new $22 billion or so oil and gas producer will be majority Santos owned, around 61.5%, while Oil Search shareholders will hold around 38.5%. It was a bank holiday in New South Wales today, so we did see fairly light news coming through on the market. The banks, though, in terms of their own trading, had a pretty solid session. The Big Four lifting quite significantly, up around that 2% mark. ANZ did lag just a bit, up 1.8%. We did see over the weekend a sharp drop in iron ore prices, and that was certainly where some of the underperformance was among the big mining names. Fortescue Metals in particular, down around that 2% mark by the close. So it certainly didn't have a great session. Iron ore over the weekend falling around 7%. Last week in total, down around 10%. So the price of iron ore has been talked about in the media, currently in a bear market, falling quite substantially, much of which is in relation to China and their still production demand. Lastly, the Aussie dollar is a touch high. It's buying close to 73.5 US cents. That's ahead of tomorrow's RBA meeting. Plenty of interest around any commentary on how these lockdowns that we're seeing across Greater Sydney, other parts of the country as well now, in relation to the Delta variant and what that impact will have on the Australian economic recovery.